Keep California cowgirls from vanishing. Welcome to the Urban Cowgirl Show. Training our horses and miniature cows in ranch versatility. Penning Rusty and Susie, our bull and heifer. Roping Rusty with Morgan horse, Semi. Training Eve to work over her haunches with a motor cow simulator. Training Eve on a cow roping simulator. Sadie practices over the haunches with an ATV mechanical cow simulator.
Pulling slack. And Susie's coming my way because she feels the pressure behind her horns.
Here we begin Mini Zebu Heifer Seela's preparation for helping us to give our Morgan horses practice in cow work.
Seela, we're getting her ready to help us do some cow work practice this spring. It's still the end of winter. It's a rainy day. Good day to get Seela into the arena, which you see I'm doing with my lariat, my kid's lariat. I've got her collar in here. Susie and Rusty have an open gate to come and be near her. And in case Rusty gets a little bit of aggressive, I've got another tool, a whistle. And if I need to protect myself against butting of his quite powerful horns, I've got a shield, a metal shield. It's just a waste paper basket. But here we go. This is the first time we've ever done this. And I don't want Seela to be put in an arena with horses without having a little bit of desensitization done. Here comes Susie. She stayed back for a moment or two, but now she's coming up to the arena, and I want that. Rusty may show up, he may not. That's up to him. I want him to be able to come here and be close to his family. But so far, Seela seems to be doing okay. She's right in here in the arena. I have the lariat around her neck because she doesn't have any horns yet. She only has horn stubs coming out in her forehead. But I'm going to put this horse halter that I have reduced in size with a bolt on the nose strap onto her head so that I can lead her around the arena. And Rusty is very cautiously coming this way. We're going to turn around and show you. Now I'm trying to put this halter on. Seela's being a little bit resistant. She thinks she has horns, but they're only horn stubs. But she's doing things that a cow would do, that a horned cow would do in aggression. It was easy to lariat her because that was just a matter of putting it around her neck. But a lariat around the neck can choke. And I rather have the halter on. Back, back. Good. Seela's very friendly, but she hasn't been trained to be responsive to certain cues or commands. We're going to do that this winter in anticipation of having her be helpful in cow work practice with my Morgans this spring, but very slowly, small steps. There we go. We're getting the halter on. She's being good now. She finally accepted it. Which means, especially because her horns have not become protruded or sharp yet, I can take this lariat off, not worry about accidentally choking her. Okay, now we're going to turn the camera off while Ashley comes in to the arena, the center of the arena with the camera. And we're going to show you how Seela does walking around this arena with her mom and dad right outside the east fence. Okay, here we are, the halter on. I'm going to try to teach her some of the basic cues. Step up is what we use with the cows to have them go forward. And then the usual ho to have them stop. And then G means right and ha means left. So I'm going to start using those words with Seela. And I'm pointing with my two fingers here on my right hand. Here are where her horns are coming out. And it's so cute because the hair is there. You can tell that there are horn stubs there, but unless you feel it with your fingers, you can't see the horns yet. But there are definitely horn stubs there. And she thinks they're there as defense weapons, which really they're not. And that's why at night I'm still very careful to enclose my zebus as a family in their cow pen at night, because I'm afraid of predators coming out and finding this little baby grazing somewhere out in the middle of the pasture and not being aware that she can't defend herself like Rusty and Susie can, or like Rusty and Susie can protect her. Now, there they are. There's Susie. I'm pointing over there. Rusty is still way back, but he's in the grass grazing. They're close by. Both Rusty and Susie, as well as Seela, are allowed to come back here around the arena and graze. So they're comfortable being back here, but Seela is not yet comfortable being in this arena with me. Watch her. Good girl. Step up, Seela. Step up. Good girl. Good girl. Ha. Ha means left. Ha. Good. Step up. Step up. Good girl. Her mom and dad, Susie and Rusty, are watching, are close by, but they're not in this arena. She knows it, and they know it. So she was being a little aggressive there. Step up. That is what I use with my horses and my cows to mean, no, that's not the right answer. Step up. Step up. G. 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 She puts her head down like she's going to try to butt me with those horn stubs. Another thing she's going to have to learn soon is G over and ha over. We've taught that to Rusty and Susie when we taught them to pull. G over and ha over means they're going to go over to the right, or G over, or over to the left, or ha over. What we want them to do is to be able to go over their haunches to the right or to the left with those commands. Seela has never learned it, but that is her curriculum for the remainder of this winter in Santa Cruz and for the early spring, because soon my Morgan horses will be ready. We're doing a lot of mechanical cow work with them. They will be ready to do some real cow work. And Rusty, Susie, and Seela are real cows, albeit mini cows. All right, we're going to walk around some more. Step up, Seela. Step up. Step up. Step up, ha. Good. Let me show you a little bit closer this horse halter that I adjusted with a bolt and a nut here on her nose because her nose is so small. But this is a very small horse halter, and if I hadn't put the bolt on, it certainly would have fallen off her nose. Now I'm going to do something challenging here. I'm not sure what's going to happen, but I'm going to ask her to step over a rail. We keep these set up here for our horses. We daily lunge them and ask them for step overs. Step over. Very nice, Seela. Whoa. Whoa, good. Now there's another thicker step over. It's a styrene pipe. I'm going to go over there. Step up. Good. See if she'll step over it. No problem. She tipped it a little bit, but soon she'll know where her feet are. Step up, paw. Step up, paw. We're going to go the other direction. Step over. Good. Less of a tip. Only 1 foot tipped it. We're going to go over this thinner one the other direction. Good, good. And now I'm going to try something. I feel that it's safe to do. I hope I'm right. Take the lead line off. This is just a dog leash, by the way. I'm going to let her loose for a few moments so that she can check out this place herself. I'm expecting her, look at her investigate. Yeah, she's licking her lips. I'm expecting her to head towards that gate that she came in because her mom is grazing right by the gate. I wouldn't have been surprised if she hadn't made a beeline for the gate, but she isn't. She's just investigating all these things in the arena. I'm letting her do that at her leisure. I'm desensitizing her to this arena and all these things in it. And then we'll be very, very careful when we bring a horse in to work with Seela. We'll probably do it in a smaller area because I do have the ability to cut my arena in half size very conveniently. Let me show you how. Now these are 3 12-foot portable panels that we've connected with some PVC pipe and some panel connectors, and they're on wheels. I have 2 wheels that I got very inexpensively at my local hardware store. We used some hardware that I got there to connect the wheels, and we've got the same setup on the other side of the arena. We can bring these triplets of portable panels, wheel them together, and we cut the arena in half. And we'll definitely be doing that when we bring Seela into the arena through the same gate that she came in, but 1 or more of my horses through the other gate of the arena. We want to be very, very careful that the horses cannot kick Seela and that Seela cannot kick the horses because they're going to be curious about each other. But there's Seela still walking around here in the arena. She seems real comfortable. She's not scurrying around. And Susie, I saw her a moment ago. She's just grazing around here. Watch Seela. She's going to check things out. I'd be surprised if she can do it. She did it. She went over the high rail. And I'm very proud of that. Well, it's starting to rain. Starting to rain much harder. If you don't like the weather in Santa Cruz, wait a minute, is what I always say. About a half hour ago it was sunny, and now it's starting to more than just drizzle. So we've introduced Seela to this arena. We've given her a chance to get desensitized to some of these things, to be away from her mom and dad, to learn some of the cues that we're going to use to ask her for G and ha and forward motion and halt and ho. See, she's still investigating. I'm actually very pleased about this introduction that Seela is having in this arena. One of the reasons I decided to do this show today is I got an email from somebody who was here and helped me video an 8-part series of when Seela was born.
And that's a helper who was a UCSC student, and she's now a student in Washington. Let's show that. Mommy's outside, Seela's running around. I'm going to go open the gate while I finish telling you this story. Anyway, that helper, Rosie is her name, asked me how Seela's doing. So I decided to update Rosie on how Seela is doing. So now I'm going to open the gate. I'm hoping she'll let me take that halter off before I let her out. Otherwise, I'll have to get my lariat. All right. All right. All right. Got it off. I'm going to open out. If Susie comes in, that's okay, but I don't think she will. And that's it. We have introduced Seela to the arena where she's going to help us do cow work practice with our Morgans. And we're also going to do it out in the pasture as long as the footing is good and everybody is safe.
Susie and Seela together meet Eve.
Here we are with Susie and her heifer calf Seela. This is Seela's first introduction to Eve. And Ashley's on Eve on the other side of our arena with our portable panels wheeled to cut the arena in half. I want to make sure that this is safe for both Eve and my zebus, especially for Seela, who's never been in a pen with a horse. I'm letting them walk around here, run around. I'm asking them to. I'm letting Eve see them, hear them. They have bells on their collars. Yeah. Yeah. Good. That's good. Eve doesn't seem to be reacting with stress. Yeah. Now Susie got scours as we brought her here to the arena. That's just a stress reaction. Seela so far looks like she's okay. Eve is broken at the pole. In other words, she's showing no stress by being high-headed or stiff-necked. And so we're taking this one small step at a time. If it looks like Eve is not stressed and Seela and Susie are doing okay, we're going to open the panels and let the horse come in here or the cows go out to the other side of the arena. Notice that Rusty, who's along the south fence outside of the arena, is coming closer to see what all the action is about. And let me tell you a short story. I was thinking of letting Rusty come in here and be part of this situation, this training session, until yesterday on YouTube I saw a photo and a title for a short video that's up there, and I didn't want to watch it because I didn't want to see it, but apparently a rodeo horse impaled itself on a bull's horns. And so you never know who's going to get upset. And even though Rusty has had a vasectomy, he's still hormonally and attitudinally and behaviorally still a bull. And even though Rusty is half the size of my horses, they still may perceive him as a predator. It has happened to me in the past. So he gets to stay outside the arena. He's the protector for Seela and Susie. He's the father. He's the head of the group, but he's not going to be used for cow work here at Midmore Farms. I'm going to open it up, Ashley, and you just come in and stay wherever you feel safe and wherever Eve does not show stress. These are 3 panels each connected with wheels. So I can move these panels, which is a cross fence, at will and store them against the arena fence. We have a big opening here. Eve is doing well, but you know, maybe if Seela and Susie start running around, Eve will get stressed. If we do see stress in Eve, we'll immediately move her hips, disengage her hips, or one rein stop her. These are behaviors that we have trained into our horses so that hopefully in the case of any right brain stressful situation, they'll still pay attention to us. I'm going to move them out a little bit. Yeah. We don't want the cows kicking the horse. We don't want the horse kicking the cows. Susie has horns. Seela just has the little stubs where her horns, within a few months, I think, will be there. Okay, they've chosen to go to the west side of the arena. That's fine. Ashley will just meander around. We just want a few minutes of introduction here, and then as spring arrives, we'll start working these cows with our Morgan horses. But Seela has never been worked by a horse yet, so we're trying to do it one small step at a time so she doesn't get stressed. Yeah. Yeah. That's Rusty roaring, which I'm glad he did. Evie's okay on it. Susie and Seela didn't get all stressed. Back into the east portion of the arena. Now I'm going to close it up. Notice how I do this. Okay, Seela's running around. Evie seems fine on it. We on purpose chose Eve for this introduction because she's usually pretty steadfast around cattle. Not the lightest when we work her over the haunches, not yet, but doesn't seem to get stressed by them at all. Susie's just sitting all by herself against the south fence close to Rusty. Seela, she's a brave little heifer. She's been wandering out to graze all by herself. Rusty's in the far corner under a tree, close by, but not trying to get in. I'm going to open the gate now. They'll probably go running out. I'll keep an eye on Rusty and make sure he doesn't come in. Well, Susie went out. Seela, little brave Seela, stayed in. Let me just ask her to run around a little bit all by herself. Yeah. While Eve is here. Yeah. She was going in the direction I wanted her to go, so I just stayed back. Okay, she's running around behind Eve, but Eve is not showing stress. Walk up to her just a little bit, Ashley. Not real close. Now this is what we're going to be doing slowly when we do cow work with our Morgans and our mini cows. First, very slowly, walking up to them, then following them, then mirroring their movement by over the haunches, and then roping them from horseback. Well, I consider this a successful introduction of Seela to Eve.
Now we push back the portable panels on wheels so that they can be easily stored against the south and north arena fences. When we work the cows, sometimes we prefer to cut the arena in half. Second triplet of panels, we already closed the first one. A female alone can do it as long as you balance the push properly. You see the two wheels, which you can get at any hardware store. Those are just 3 12-foot portable panels, and it works really good when you're doing cow work. Our cast of characters: Sadie and Eve, Sammy, Rusty, and Susie. Heifer calf Seela. For more information, www.urbancowgirlchannel.com.